Serafina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book. And
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a visual.
I
had a visual.
was proud of it. Hey, and good morning, everyone. We are live here at Mashpee TV, and I've got Caren Berry with us here from Colorful Kids. Snuggle up to that microphone and let's chat about your organization. And thank you so much for saying yes.
Oh, no, of course. Thank you. I love your show.
Oh, I appreciate that. So we have a full weekend of not rain. This rain is going to stop at noon. Things are going to be great. I have a 400-person Italian dinner tonight, and I am not dealing with rain. I looked at Mother Nature, and I was like, no, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's
Not
the thing.
today.
We can look at the calendar and see when it stops.
Right.
So, right. So it's going to stop.
That's it. And I had to push all of my deliveries till noon. It's going to be fine. We've got it. So talk to me about Colorful Kids. You and I have had this like swirling respect for each other, but like I see you, I'm like, she is doing some cool stuff. She's an E-Frog girl.
Yeah.
We have similar friends in common. We've got the same village.
Mm-hmm. We do. We
Of
have the same
support.
tribe. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. It's a tribe.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it 100% is.
Yeah.
So maybe talk about Colorful Kids to someone who has no idea what your organization is.
So, so Colorful Kids is a children's nonprofit, and we're located in East Sandwich. And what we do is we create room makeovers for children in need, which sounds glamorous, right? You go in, you do a room makeover,
Yeah.
but it's so beyond that. We work with the foster care system. We work with children and family services. We work with therapists. We work with social workers, family
Yep.
partners. And what happens is once we get a recommendation, we go into the home and we only interview the child. And that child can be between 2 and 18 years of age.
Okay, so it could be really a very different scenario every
Yes,
time.
Right. So, but the thing is, we're only interviewing the kids. So the adults have no idea what we're doing. They have no idea. We don't tell them. We just go, we talk to the kids, and then that's it. We leave. And then like 6 to 8 weeks later, we come back and we do a total room makeover.
I love this.
So, so the thing is, when we go in, not only am I talking to the kids and trying to find out something about them, but I'm assessing the space,
Yep.
what it needs. And it could be that the room has no lighting, that it could be that the kid needs a new mattress. It could be that the kid has a medical condition and maybe they've got an old carpet on the floor.
Yeah, because you've got to deal with whatever their needs are currently and then try and make it functional, but also their needs. I mean, you had an interview with them. They're going to want what they want.
Yeah.
And they've got this little vision in their brain.
So they do and they don't.
Okay.
A lot of kids, because, well, first off, they've never experienced anything like this. So sometimes they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is, so my background is I'm an interior designer and I'm a nurse.
Okay.
So
I was like, we'll get to that portion. Yes, we will.
so when I go in, I'm observing. And I think women do this anyways. Do you have scanners? I mean, I think
Oh,
all women have-
100%.
Right. You know what's
We're
going on.
silently judging. You know us moms. And it's not even judging. It's like, all right, what are we gonna, it's like triage, right? As a nurse,
Right? Yeah.
what are the things that are going to be needed here?
So we go in, and for instance, we had one young kid not too long ago, and it was really cool. It was he had a lot of collections in his room, but the kid had a lot of books, but what he didn't have was he didn't have a desk. And I was like, all right, this kid needs a surface to work on. That's one thing that he needs. And then the other thing is just, this is from the design point, when you came into the room and you shut the closet door, it completely covered his closet. So now everything in his closet is dark and it's a catch-all. So
Yeah.
nothing in there is getting used. So sometimes what we'll do, if we have permission, is we'll take the closet door off, we'll paint it a color, and it makes the space bigger.
Oh, okay.
Kids today, because they spend so much time on the internet, they're visual. So now this is a space that they can see.
Yeah.
And just so not only have we made the room bigger, but now we're going to go in and we're going to make that space functional too. So the other thing was, instead of having the door open onto the closet, our volunteer, our very clever handyman volunteer, decided that it would be best to do like a barn door. So it opened up the room. So
Yeah.
much. And just, yeah.
It's got to take so many human beings that go into this. What was your inspiration for starting this 501c3?
So my background is years ago, I went to India. I went and volunteered in an orphanage over there.
You had your eat, pray, love moment.
I did. I'd already read that book.
You're like, I'm doing it.
And I liked the book more than the movie. But I did. I went to India, and that was incredible because I was in an orphanage for a month, and the children, other than the clothes that they had to wear, they had very few possessions.
So you were really inspired. I mean, that's a moment where you're like, this is profound.
So it was profound. And so I want to point out the thing about the children is one of the things that they get to help them through life is education. It was unbelievable. The children spoke, at least they spoke 5 different languages. And
we need to do better.
Right. So they didn't have, and it was incredible because I actually went to their school too. And when I went to their school, there was 1,500 children and they were all lined up in perfect rows and it didn't matter how much money they had or whatever. They all wore, the same clothes. And then at the beginning of it, the kids got up on this stage and you know what they did? They talked about current events and then they danced and then they sang. That's how they started their school day. It was incredible.
I would like that education.
And the kids were funny. One of the kids was a comedian. She was so funny. She was just this young entertainer, and she was just, and the nuns were like trying to calm her down, and just. But what?
Sometimes you can't take away personality. It's just there.
So that was an amazing experience. But when I came home, it was one of those changing moments for me. And when I came home, I knew I wanted to do more for the children.
Yeah.
And I also, my personal belief, and this is a big part of my life, is I believe that everybody has a gift or talent to share.
100%.
And yours is this.
Thank you.
Right, this is what you do. You use your voice, your personality, and look how you're
that connecting people with the things that they need. It's really important. Well, last year, the year before that, I forget who had said it to me, but they're like, closed mouths don't get fed. And I'm like, okay. And I've always used that space for announcing things or talking at people. So it's been really full circle for me to come into physically being a part of where people are at in their life and to assess them and to support them in this fashion it's much more intimate.
But this is your gift.
Yeah. Thank you. I think so. Good morning, Miss Cindy. Thanks for joining us on the show. We've got Caren Berry here from Colorful Kids, and we're just talking about her inspiration. So she had this moment where she went and she lived in an orphanage for 30 days. And really, you learned about those children and you learned about their needs. And so you come home back here and you're like, what do I do?
So the next thing I did was I came home and I go to church. And so I called my church. I was a CCD teacher at the time.
She literally had an eat, pray, love moment. This is real life.
And so what ended up happening is I called my church and stuff. And I was like, I want to make over a room for a child in need and stuff. It didn't quite work out. And I just kept at it. So this other church that I went to, how I found out about the orphanage, I called them. And I spoke to the school secretary, and she said to me, we have a family that's moving out of a shelter today. Can you just supply the linens? And I said, I can supply the linens. I said, but where's the church? Where's the furniture from?
Yeah.
And they said, it's church furniture. And I was like, I can do better than that.
Right.
But I love recycled furniture.
Yes.
So that was
also a love we share.
So great.
I love it.
Yeah.
Repurposing things.
So we could definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. So that was the first room makeover that I did. So what happened was they had to send an interpreter for me. The children didn't speak English.
Okay.
And so what I got was that one little boy liked baseball and the other boy liked airplanes. And so just the night before, literally, I had my husband making these little wooden airplanes.
Something we share. We have this lovely human being that we're married to that if I decide I'm going to do something, he is all in also.
Yep, exactly. I've met your husband, so I know.
I know you two are in a business group together. It is very funny, the weird circles in which we all kind of interweave, but not because it is Cape Cod. It is island mentality. We are so supportive of each other's dreams and thoughts. And here your husband is stringing all of these things together.
Yeah, they're probably related too,
Probably. That's hysterical. So you got this, you got your husband on the job now.
So I got my husband on the job. The other thing is, one of the things years ago, this group came about. It's called nextdoor.com.
Okay.
So I put that I was looking for baseball things, and it was incredible. I came home and my front porch was just full of stuff that people in my neighborhood had just put on my porch and left. like Red Sox pictures and I was like, oh my gosh. So this was the start of it. So I did this room makeover with a friend. I had a friend that worked for Sherwin-Williams at the time. We went in, we painted the room for the kids, and the kids were actually crying because they couldn't come into the room. They didn't understand what we were doing, but we stopped. We had lunch with them, which was a nice breaking bread.
Yeah.
That was really nice. And so then finally the kids got to come in and they ran around the room and they grabbed everything that was at like this height because they were little, and it was all the baseball stuff. And so it was great, like one kid put on the helmet and, the other could put on the glove. But then the younger brother looked up and he saw the airplanes, and it was just this incredible moment of joy that he saw that we had done something for him that I had. And it was just amazing. And that was the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was my inspiration.
Well, because it was uniquely his, like someone thought of me and then went out and did something for me. Little kids it's simple. I mean, little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems. But I feel like in that moment when you can just change someone's space with something that you thought of me, you did this for me, me specifically, because I feel like they don't get seen a lot. And I feel like they think that they are not seen. Ugh, it's incredible that the work that you're doing right now and that inspiration, that aha moment coming from a little kid looking at an airplane. And now you've built this organization that does really change. How do you separate the emotions? It has to get emotional a lot.
So sometimes what we see is really difficult. And it's been very interesting because we've had volunteers come out to the job site and they're like, I can't go back. And you wouldn't expect that on the Cape. Like when I worked up in Boston, we worked up in public
Cape Cod?
No, so I don't mean it like that
I know.
at all, but it's just as shocking.
Yeah.
So we just did another room makeover, and for me, it was one of the hardest ones that we've ever done. And so we're cleaning the room and we go, we're taking apart the kid's bed, and his bed was being held up with a bucket. And him and his brother, there was two of them. His brother needed his own bed. His brother was sleeping on the couch. So we go in, and because of these incredible people that we have on the Cape that donate to us, we were able to put, a bunk bed in the room.
Yeah.
And so now both brothers are sharing the space, and it's incredible. But we have an incredible team of volunteers too.
I think everyone given the opportunity wants to help. I think that by nature, we are helpful. We want to be involved. We want to be supporting.
So I think that's a big thing. I think everybody needs to find their purpose.
Mm-hmm. We are talking to Caren Berry. It is Colorful Kids, Inspiration, Emotions. And you've got an event that's coming up that I am pretty obsessed with. Now, we've got the farmers market. It's like, honey, I bought a zoo. We started a farmers market, and it has become this magical place of all sorts where people are. This started with me filling a space for Knockabout at one point. But then I've always loved to repurpose. I'm not a crafter per se, but I'm not a hoarder either, but I do like using something that was not for that purpose or not throwing things away. I hate wastefulness. It makes me a little crazy.
So I think next year you need to be one of our contestants.
I 100% want to be involved. Yeah. I think our Lemonadio team put us in the mix. Yeah. I'm not crafty or creative like that, but I am creative in the space of we could use this for this. Resourceful. I am definitely, I don't know if another thing about Caren and I that we share, military. You and I both served a little time in our armed forces. But being a female in the armed forces, I feel like you're always resourceful with what we've got. 100%. And no matter what, guard, reserve, it does not matter. If you spent some time, you went through the training just like everybody else. And you have seen when you have this amount of stuff and that's all you have, and you need to keep it neat and square, and that's your space. 100%, yep. So I think that that's probably another spot of inspiration of your resourcefulness.
So the Cape is full of interesting things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just so on Sunday morning, I actually love to go to the sandwich flea market. Do you ever go?
I am obsessed with the sandwich flea market. Mm-hmm. And on Wednesday morning, I was like, where are all these people going? I didn't know it was also like.
Yeah. So you're a Wednesday girl. Those are the serious shoppers, right?
Oh, for real.
Yeah. And those are when the collectors go and there's different merchandise there. I go on Sunday mornings. I'm up crack of dawn, I go.
Good finds in there.
Incredible. And this year has been a really great market.
Yeah, I've heard. And the traffic is wild. I was dropping off something over at Press Ahead, another one of our friends' coffee shops that just opened up in Sandwich.
Yep.
And also a big thrifter, big repurposer, big reuser is Denise, his wife.
Okay.
So she's the decorator.
Okay, so I need to talk to her too.
She's amazing. And she's got a great eye for design, which is something I do not have.
So
I can give you bones.
Let me talk to you about the competition.
Okay, yes. She's got a competition coming up.
So we have an event. It's called Cape Cod Flips. It's our signature fundraiser. And it is about shopping yard sales, estate sales, flea markets, all of that. So what we do is on a Saturday morning, September 6th this year, we're going to send 4 teams out, 4 teams of 2 people out to shop local yard sales. We're going to give each team X amount of dollars and we'll give them a map of the local yard sales. So what they'll do is they'll go out and then if they have to find 3 pieces of furniture, then they tag that piece, they call it in, and then we send somebody to pick it up. So
okay.
Pretty organized on this. So what happens is then they come back to the shop, their pieces are there. We have a team of
Do they get a budget?
They do.
Okay, I love this.
Everybody has the same budget. So what happens is they come back to the shop. So this is why I'm saying, like, you have a vision, oh, I can see something. Maybe you can't create it.
Correct.
But maybe your teammate does.
I'm a big fan of the team.
Right, exactly.
I am.
So we've got
This is what I'm good at. You now go tag your it.
Right, but fun. You're probably a great negotiator. You're probably like, oh, I'm only paying $5.
Yeah, terrible at that. I'm like, how much is it? Fine, I'll pay you more. Terrible.
So we've had so many fun teams do this. So they go out, they find their 3 pieces, they come back to the workshop. There's a handyman carpenter, and there's our team of volunteers.
Oh, this is my dream.
And so we have all these crazy things that they can work with and embellish their furniture with, and they have a week to complete their projects.
Okay.
So even if they work, right, everybody's got busy lives, they can come in at night and they can work on their projects. So 3 weeks later at Cape Cod Coffee this year, the teams are going to compete against each other to sell their pieces to the general public. So on this note, the pieces are amazing and awesome and unique. So it's a great event for people to come to just to see what's for sale. And of course, you're negotiating and just so.
Thank you to Jan, by the way, over at Cape Cod Coffee, who never says no to us. Thank you. It's like, they're like, yep, use the space. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're great. They're
wonderful.
Right. They're so wonderful. Yeah.
So this event is happening September 6th. Is that portion of the event like the culmination?
No. So September 6th is when the contestants go out and shop for their merchandise.
Oh, this is okay.
So it's a 2-part event. So on September 6th, the teams go out and they shop for their merchandise, and then they've got 1 week to complete everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then 3 weeks later at Cape Cod Coffee on September 27th, which is a Saturday morning.
Oh,
from
perfect.
10 to 2, we have a vendor, it's a huge family event, right? So people will come in, they can shop. The contestants, because whoever raises the most money wins the competition.
Okay.
So the 4 teams are competing against each other. They're competing for prizes.
Love this.
But all the money that they
gotta throw in some stakes.
So all the money that they raise goes to Colorful Kids to create more room makeovers. And
see, this is a fun fundraiser.
It's so much fun. It's
a lot of work fundraiser, but
it sounds like it is, but we've got it down now. It's probably work for the contestants.
Yeah.
Because now some of them are competitive and some of them are just doing it for fun. We're looking for,
go.
Looking for mother-daughter duos, husbands and wives. We're looking for partners. We're looking for best friends.
She wants a story here.
We want people that want to have fun. DIY enthusiasts, people that love to shop, thrift stores, flea markets, yard sales.
Which, by the way, is a lot of younger people again.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. My daughter's happiest moment is when she's thrifting. She's 19. She's got a wardrobe of like Chanel and all kinds of crazy stuff. She is an absolute doll. She loves dress up. She loves all of this stuff, but she thrifts 90% of her wardrobe. Kid doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah,
she just doesn't.
And she looks stunning.
Yeah.
She looks amazing.
Exactly.
And the clothes. So getting back to our room makeovers. So we use all recycled furniture in our room makeovers, which is tangible.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, so try not to use things that are like MDF board.
Well, because it's sturdy. Exactly. It's going to last for these kids.
You can repair it and it's durable, but there's something about real stuff. And then a lot of people have a history with their furniture. like, oh, this was my grandfather built this, or it's, so again, another E for All contestant last year. She's an interior designer and her name is going out of my head. I'm so sorry, but she did this amazing project. Her team took a dry sink and they turned it into a children's kitchen. And it was one of my absolute
I love that.
It was so clever. They took a dog bowl and made that the sink. And then they used a faucet that they found. And then the front of it was a chalkboard. And it was just so incredibly adorable. And what happened was somebody came to our event and they're like, oh, that's so cute and stuff, which it was. And they wanted to help this team win. So they bought the item, but they didn't need it. So they donated it back and we got to put it in one of our room makeovers.
That's so awesome. I love this. Yes, La Tavola is still happening, Serafina Churchill. And thank you very much. Another E for All girl. If anybody in the E for All community is watching right now and remembers who this fabulous art designer is, please let me know because I've got some ideas for things I need for the Children's Museum. You'll find it. Mm-hmm. We'll figure it out. I know, right? We've got a lot of great E for All folks on here. Yeah. And I'm still trying to tag your organization, but for whatever reason, the live is not live and over here on my Facebook page. Technology has not been my friend this week. And I don't know whether there's so many people on the interwebs and this is why it's like, nope, you're done. You've used enough. Get off. Enough of your hot air, Stephanie. Everybody's seen you. We are talking to Caren Berry, Colorful Kids. We're talking about this amazing fundraiser that you have made. It's a TV show. And you've got Born TV that's going to be covering it.
That's right, Born TV. So it's actually really, this is kind of a casting call. So if you are thinking about being on TV and you'd like to do this, you need to apply. You've got until August 9th at midnight. Again, we're looking for people that want to have fun, mother-daughter duos, dads, and whoever, just so best friends. You just need to apply. You need to send us one picture of something that you've completed in your lifetime. And then what happens is everything has to be in by midnight. And then the next day we'll announce the 4 teams.
This is like the Amazing Race meets a makeover show. And it's also a fundraiser. Mm-hmm. How did you decide that this is going to be the way we're going to make some funds for this?
So there's a lot of great fundraisers on the Cape.
Yeah.
We really want to do something different.
Well, it's exhausting always asking for money, right? A 501c, you thrive and hit your stride when you get grants, when you have people that are supportive of your mission, when you can do the most impactful things in your organization, because it is a volunteer organization. It is a space where you put your life's blood into this. And yes, we understand that it doesn't, but it's going into other things and projects that you're funding. So it's difficult to always continuously go back to that well and be like, hi, it's me again. Got another X amount of dollars. So if you do make it fun and you make it sort of something people want to be a part of, it grows.
So we also did something unique with our sponsorship this year.
Yep.
So we have 3 levels. We have $1,000, $1,500, and then we have $3,000, which was big for us. Like to say, well, like we need $3,000 from somebody. But the top level allows, so that $1,500 will go directly to a room makeover, but the other $1,500 will help us film a documentary to get the word out about what it is that we do.
I love it.
So that's the big difference.
The organization not only repurposes things and I feel and environmentally happy, but you're changing kids' lives. You're really giving them a space. I think foster kids and kids that have really not had anything of their own. I've talked to Nicole Mitchell 1,000,005 times, and she always gets me bawling when she talks about how these kids are moved all around all the time and they got to shove all their stuff in a trash bag because you no longer live here. This is no longer your space.
So our nonprofits kind of overlap and stuff. We meet.
Yeah.
She meets our kids. Yeah.
Isn't it nice to be able to work collectively with people that are doing, same mission, different portions of the kids?
Big yard sale. It was fantastic. I went and shopped. They had some stuff.
This is going to be good. How do you not take everything? And do you have a storage facility? Because
so we have 1,000 square foot workshop.
That's amazing.
We have a little tiny store. So we have our workshop, we have our little admin area, and then we have a store that people can come in. We have a product out of Canada, and I'm going to push this.
Yeah.
So it's called Fusion Mineral Paint, and we're the distributor for it on Cape Cod. It is the most amazing furniture paint. So something like this is a Formica surface. You would clean it. You put a cover, like a coating on it called Ultra Grip, and then you can paint it 2 coats. You're done.
DIYers, listen up.
So that's how we meet a lot of our volunteers. They know how great this paint is. They come to us. We know they know how to paint.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have an extra 2-3 hours a week? So our workshop is like a factory too. But we sell this product. The colors are beautiful. It's an amazing product, and we're so lucky to have it. So we have people that come in just for that.
It's durability too. I mean, these are kids, right? They're rough and tumble. Sometimes they need things to last a little bit longer.
So I want to talk about one of the other things that happen. And again, this connection that we have just keeps going, right? So one of our kids, he's the oldest of 5 kids, maybe even 6 kids. Sorry, I think there's 6. But we only do 2 to 18. So the other child might've been younger. But anyway, so we go in and I have to interview the older boy. And, they're like, not only are they teenagers, but they're tough, right? So I said to him, what do you want in your room? Yeah, just make it gray. Hello, just gray. You know what I mean? Like, just so. Anyway, so I knew it was going to be a while before we got to him, and so we did the younger brothers. We did the 4 younger brothers first. Yeah. Now they get to see what we've done and what we're capable of.
Yeah. Right? Yes.
So I went back. I had a second interview specifically with
him. Because they're not vocal. They are internal, and they're on a screen a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think that does not do a lot for their interpersonal skills. Yeah. And that development part of their brain too.
So, we'll talk about that too. So, but he told me about this comic or this like cartoon movie that he watches. I went and I found an artist locally that does that.
So awesome.
We put an original piece of artwork in his room, and that sort of inspired the colors for his room. But when I went back the second time, he has 2 cats, and he said, just do something for my cats. So again, one of our E4All friends came in and he's like, I want to volunteer for you, but I don't want to volunteer here. I don't have that kind of time. Yep. He's a woodworker, David Weissman. I don't know.
Amazing. He's amazing.
So he made us these cat shelves. One of them is like a Kleenex box, and the cat can go inside and the other cat can go on top.
So cute.
And anyways, it was so phenomenal though. Not only did the cats love it, but the kid loved it.
Yeah.
Right? But we had these steps all over the room for the cats. And so when he came in to see his room reveal,
it's original too.
So, and the kids have no idea. Like, we do that reveal. We do that 1090.
I would cry all the time.
So sometimes we do.
All the time.
Sometimes we do. But you know what? It's also a moment of joy to see these kids.
So happy.
And no matter how old they are, especially the older kids, once we do get in there, they're pretty respectful about not checking and seeing what's going on. They want to be surprised too.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because it's a present, and it's a present specifically for them. I mean, it's really a magical experience. Mm-hmm. I've been following it for a long time socially, but I would love to get involved in the organization and just see it firsthand. I love your mission. I love what you guys are doing. How do people get involved? What is it that you need? What's your biggest need right now?
So physically, the biggest need that we have is mattresses. It's incredible how much. I mean, we always need those for our
I can't reuse them.
We use the old furniture, so you need a box spring, and then you need a mattress and stuff. Sometimes, we'll retrofit or whatever. But mattresses are our biggest need, and that's our biggest need. That's absolutely our biggest need.
Mattresses and money, y'all.
and also too, we are looking for some heavy lifters. So our volunteers are typically 60 to 80 years of age because they're retired.
Yeah, they got time.
And they're good. The women on the
skills.
Cape, the women on the Cape are pretty strong, and just
we're no nonsense ladies.
It's so true. I did when I first got here, and I was here by myself. My husband wasn't here yet. We were renting, and I was telling this woman, I was like, "Oh, there's a bonfire on the beach, and I don't want to go by myself." She goes, "Put on your big girl pants." She was just like, just go. And I did. And that, again, was another life-changing moment.
I don't know if it's the salt in the air, but we just are like,
right? Man. Because we're salty girls, right? That's right.
It's like,
funny.
We can just get it done. I am one of those people that like, what's the problem here? I'm not a how do you feel about it person. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what's the problem? Let's fix it. Rolling up my sleeves. Let's get into it. And I think it's really important that we shine, ladies, We can do the jobs too. And I love that you got heavy lifting ladies. I even asked my daughter, my 25-year-old daughter today, I said, I've got buckets of concrete that I need moved and I need a team and it's going to be you and your brother. And she's like, yep, I'm in for it. So I love it. All hands on deck.
Yeah. So we're pretty ergodynamic. I think that's the right word. But sometimes we have to carry, we just had to do one and we had to carry the furniture up 3 flights. That was tough. I mean,
I'm
we take
tapped
the
out.
drawers out, but some of this old furniture is also very heavy. So we
So
definitely
heavy.
need some more help. We do need some heavy lifters, even if that's all you did was you just brought the furniture to the job site for us. And then oftentimes too, we have to get rid of those old dirty mattresses and stuff. So that's another dump run. So we could use help with that.
Dump runs, heavy lifters.
Yeah. So that's a big one. Having said that though, we're always in need of volunteers. So on our website, people can go on, there's a volunteers page and you sign up there. And then we do we bring you in house and we show you what we do. And, you know, I mean, it's not for everybody.
No,
You know?
but also I feel like there's a place for everybody within organizations. And if it's nearby them and it's something that they're interested in, there's always room for a little volunteerism in your life.
There's any nonprofit, there's 1,000, like nonprofits just have 1,000 arms. So there are 1,000 different things you can do. It took us a long time to get a grant team together. We literally have a group of girls that comes in on Thursday morning now and they're writing grants.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Which is amazing. I mean, again, it's just, you have to raise money for what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
part of it. And it's just, you know, but if we don't ask for the money, then, I mean, this is our obedience. We're helping somebody.
Yeah.
You know, just so the kids don't get helped if we don't. So, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that love the kids on Cape Cod and would like to help us because it is an amazing organization. It's amazing what we do.
Are there any partners that you work with that you really want to highlight, give support to, thank?
So I definitely want to thank Brooklyn Heights Eatery.
Oh, isn't he awesome?
So they have been with us since the very beginning. They have just, and this is so crazy because they have a new restaurant. They work 1,000 hours and we needed help cleaning a room and who knows how to clean more than somebody that runs a restaurant.
Oh God, do they ever? It's always cleaning.
And Sylvia came and we have another girl and I have to again, there's no matter what you do, if you like to clean, you like to sew, you like to build things, you like to paint, there's something you like to write grants, do admin, organize, there is a space for you. But so her and this other girl who can handle a hoarding situation. My other volunteers are like, nope, tell me when the room is clean. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to. And I mean, it was just incredible. But then she came out she was working on the job site. We had to call her husband to bring us some masks.
Yeah.
And he called into work and he is one of our volunteers as well. So again, yes. And Clancy's Restaurant has been another huge supporter.
Amazing.
Yeah. And just Ashley Irene, she's helped us. I mean, it just goes on and on.
Yeah.
Lulu and Diesel and Lulu's, again, incredible. Just Scenic Roots, incredible.
Yeah. I mean, so many great organizations are involved in supporting and I love highlighting them because it's always above the business. You know what I mean? We all have our businesses and we all focus on that. But I love the fact that the philanthropy on Cape Cod is pretty spectacular. Neighbors helping neighbors and people supporting people just cause. There's nothing in it for me. I just really want to support you. I think what you're doing is great.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that.
Yeah. So we also have again, we work with clean out companies. We work with real estate agents.
Yeah.
You know, so they'll call us or they'll send us a picture and they'll be like, oh, we have this amazing bed. All right, we're on it.
Right.
And again, we can only take a few things in our workshop because if there's no room for our volunteers to work, we're not going to get the work done. So we have to be very selective and we don't need that much. We need twin size beds, we need dressers and we need nightstands and we can cut kitchen tables or whatever into desks. So we have very basic needs. And again, we know ahead of time, we're trying to do as many interviews as we can. So we know what we need to have in storage. And so that's how that works.
It's not just beauty that you're giving these kids, it's peace, it's their own space. It's really pretty spectacular. How do people find you?
So our website is colorfulkidswithaz.org. And that's the easiest place to find us is online.
Big dream. What is your big dream for this organization?
That it gets, so our dream for next year is to have a thrift store. So we would love
I love this.
somebody to sponsor that. That would be incredible for us because again, people want to donate to us and we can't take it, and it would help us so much. And then, but my big dream, my really big dream is I would like to have a really big space, just a really unique thrift store, but also a workshop where we can bring more people in for classes for the kids. We also want to teach the kids life skills.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds so simple, but teaching them how to vacuum, teaching them how to fold their clothes, just things that can help them.
This home ec stuff is the lost art. I feel like we were the last generation that got all of that taught to us a little bit, enough to be dangerous. I was thinking about this last night randomly as I was driving home from my 47th errand of the day, and just thinking back to my childhood and how I will give a shout out to my mother for giving me this space of you can do it yourself. Like I read Nancy Drew's and Babysitter's Club books and like all of these spaces of like, I could do it. Girl Scout. I was doing my Girl Scout honor. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. And I still remember that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like still doing that. Yes, I was a Girl Scout for a very long time, probably way longer than I should have been. But I feel like it's that.
But no, such a great, and talk about learning independence or having to do things.
Yeah.
So I stayed up all night and I sewed my badges on.
Yeah.
All right.
Right?
I get up in the morning, I sewed them all on upside down.
Sounds about right.
But
We did our
I mean,
best.
that was one of those moments.
We did our best.
But I also want to say, so you were talking about organizations. The Hyannis Rotary has been amazing too. And the Kiwanis.
Those Rotarians and Kiwanis people, you're all good eggs.
Yeah.
So many good organizations come into supporting our 501c3s, and we have a ton of them. There's no shortage of them on Cape Cod. Yeah. We're at one right now. If you want to ever come into Mashpee TV, the team here at Mashpee TV is absolutely fabulous, supportive. You can be a member for a low dollar. I think it's like $25, $50. I forget what the membership is. And you can utilize this space. They'll teach you how to use stuff. If you want to, dream up whatever crazy TV show you want to have, they'll support it. They're into it.
Wow.
I know. So yeah, definitely support us here at Mashpee TV, channel 1072 in HD. Oh, I will lock up. Yes. Yes, sir. I don't know why they let me have the keys, but no, it's just really a wonderful organization, and I'm utilizing these spaces. You're utilizing Born TV. Yeah. And they're also a nonprofit. Like these are the spaces in which we need to start digging in and supporting as a community, because we can make incredible things.
But I think people don't know.
Right? Yeah.
Who knew that you could come in here and have a membership, and actually, I'm sure they train you on the equipment.
Yes.
But yeah, people don't know.
Right.
But there's so many great things on the Cape.
Well, I decided when I was going to have my fake cooking show that my husband was like, I'll go in and I'll learn how to take the video. And I'm like, okay. So we created this. We borrowed all of their cameras from Mashpee TV. We made a cooking show in my living room and my kitchen area, and it was fun. It was a lot of work. We did it one time. We revamped the shit show cooking during pandemic. Less of a production quality, more of a support system. But then that's what got us started, forcing us into the lemonadio.com, and here we are 5 years later, functioning, running. And I appreciate you saying that you listen to our show. I'm like, sometimes I'm just talking to myself.
No, it's not. It's very entertaining.
But we really try and dig into the issues and the people that are in town and support them on their missions. I think it's really important. And I can't believe it's taken this long to have colorful kids on with us.
It's our time. Thank you very much.
It is.
This is so important. Again, it's, our event is coming up. And that's such a big deal. And thank you for helping us.
Okay. So what are we talking about? How do people get involved? How do people find you online?
Okay. So it's colorfulkids.org. That's where you go. Everything, the applications for Cape Cod Flips are there. Again, you can see all the past contestants. Do not be intimidated. Just apply for this. It's really fun. It'll be a memorable experience.
Open casting call.
So it is an open casting call. We're only selecting 4 teams. But again, you might be the team. So, and it just really is, when we talk, I was talking yesterday to one of the previous contestants, and she was saying it was just so much fun. It just is. So you get to go out, you get to find furniture. So the other fun thing is, so if you don't spend all your money, it goes into your kitty and it kind of starts your event.
Oh, okay.
So that gives you a little bit of a lead over the other teams, and then again, they're trying to sell their pieces for the most money. And
what is that portion? Because I want to go and see what everybody has created.
So that's the day. That's September 27th, from
Okay.
10 to 2 at Mashpee at Cape Cod Coffee on Route 130.
And that's when everybody brings their vision, their creation to sell, right?
Yep. We bring all their furniture there for them. They accessorize their booth and then they sell it to the general public.
And where do people find your painting products? Can we grab that online? Do we go to the store?
So it's on our website.
Okay.
And we have a store. We have a physical location at 497 Route 6A in East Sandwich.
Well, I'm definitely going to be by for some paint at any rate, because I've always got to paint something going on in my house.
It's a great product. You're gonna love it.
And you never know who's moving back into my house and out of my house. It's kind of one of those revolving doors. It's not just an open door. It's revolving. They're back. You're here. I think I still have furniture for you downstairs. It's always we're reconfiguring the homestead always. So I definitely could use a coat of paint on the old girl every once in a while.
Let me tell you how somebody sold me on this. They said you could be talking on the phone, paint the first coat, go wash your brushes, do something else, come back and do it again. It's non-toxic. You can do it. You can do it in the middle of the night. You can do it first thing in the morning. You can get one piece of furniture done in a day. And it's so funny when people come in, I'm like, and who've never used it before, just start with your nightstand. They come back, they do the whole bedroom set. We've had people do their whole dining room with like beautiful Ethan Allen furniture that wasn't their taste, but now they're going to.
You're giving me a paint addiction now? Great.
No, and we'll
paint that.
We paint everything. So we're constantly painting furniture. So we can give you tips too.
All right, I'm going to tag the organization. It's Colorful Kids with a Z. And any which way that you can find yourself supporting their organization, please do so. Our question of the day today: what's the best rainy day activity? It was a little loaded yesterday when I was like, when I say Cape Cod, you say. I mean, we saw the full gamut. If you'd like to look at the list of 300 comments on there. Some good, some bad, some ugly, some funny. I never know what I'm going to get. Kristen Mitchell from E for All asked me one day, and she's just like, how do you come up with that? And another one of my friends is like, do you have a service for that? I said, no, I wake up. It's always like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I've got something on my mind, and that's usually the question of the day, or I make it for something else. If one day it was food related, I'll just put it on my list. So I got a list of my notes. I'm just like, what if it's some crazy morning mischief that's going on in my brain, because I have to get it out. I'm one of those people.
You have to get it out. You have to write it down because you think you're going to remember, but it's incredible. And I write every day. I get up 6 o'clock in the morning, I journal or just think about what needs to be done for the day. But for rainy day activities, I would go to any one of the local thrift stores, get some paint, and go home and paint that piece of furniture.
Oh my gosh, I have so many of those waiting for me in the wings at home. I finally had to say, no, I'm not going to do that, because I've got 14 projects before that said project to get to. Even the bench, I went to a fabulous thrift shop, Wacoit Church, always does this under the tent furniture sale. And I got these amazing like little teak chairs. So I moved the bench out front, because now I was like, well, that bench will be in the garden because that'll be my planting, blah, 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 blah. Yep. It's not. So
not yet, though.
No, it's not yet.
Do it now that you know about the paint, you can do it. But they have that event every year. It's an amazing.
I love it.
It's a huge, amazing yard sale.
My daughter and I stumbled on it like at the end, and they're like, everything's 75% off. I was like, okay. So I left with like 2 cars full of furniture. My husband's like, why? I took a nap. And you came home with projects.
It truly is a treasure hunt.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's a great rainy day activity. Maybe repurpose something in your house or a project that you've been not getting to that maybe you might need to get to. For me, it's I got to clean out those cabinets in my kitchen. It's been a slow, steady last 3 weeks of doing one at a time.
So you know how we teach our kids to do it when we need them to clean their room or clean out just their dresser?
Yes, please.
We have
lessons.
We set a timer. Just do it for 5 minutes. And then it's done. Whatever you can do in 5 minutes, you set the timer, whether it's on your phone, on your stove, whatever. 5 minutes. That's all you need to do.
I need to be better about that.
No, but it will make a difference. It's just when we need the kids to go through their clothes, it's the easiest. Or their toys, 5 minutes.
I love it. Life lessons, brand new room. What is it that you don't do? Seriously, she's amazing.
Thank God for my husband.
We've all got our things. Shout out to my husband, by the way, who was up last night making me centerpieces with the blowtorch. Repurposing forks to be.
So tonight's going to be another fabulous event.
It absolutely is. Come one, come all. We still have a few tickets available for La Tavola. The rain is going to go away by noontime, and we have such a crew. Shout out to my board over at the Mashpee Chamber of Commerce. I got a text first thing this morning from Dave Pina, who is our sanitation department. He's like, trash barrels being delivered. Where do you want the dumpster? What can I do here? I've got a banner for you to hang up. I was just like, what is it that you don't do?
Yep.
And his wife,
another great company,
right? So supportive, family-run businesses here on the Cape that everybody just sort of helps out. And thank you for making that part of your mission. This goes to support our Mashpee High School senior scholarships, where last year we gave away three $3,000 scholarships. I'd really like to push over $10,000 this year. It's something that I really strongly believe in. We had 2 fabulous high school seniors that were my interns. And this is a new position for me at the Mashpee Chamber. I've been on the board for years. And I stepped up to take this position as executive director because I like to manage things. I'm a good project manager. So I was in this space and I watched these 2 high school seniors, and the talent, the time, the thoughtfulness. They were organized. They showed up to work. They were communicative. And they did projects. I said, we created I want to create a Mashpee ornament that we could celebrate, but I want it to be created at school. I want one of the kids to do it. So they took our town emblem and they pressed them on 300 ornaments that they made in school. And they're just absolutely beautiful. So they'll be for sale tonight. And they were created, designed, and produced completely by our 2 high school seniors that are off to school. One's going to Emerson, one's going to Worcester State. And they were just, it was such a changing experience for me to see them grow over just 5 months' time. And now they've left me.
So she needs new interns.
I do.
Incredible opportunity. She's incredible to work with. Just no, but this is a great experience for a kid, especially somebody that wants to get into broadcasting or just this industry. This is unbelievable experience.
The 2 of them are going to school for business, but I said, business is all things now. You know.
100%. You have to talk about your business. You have to promote your business. It doesn't matter what you do.
We're every department. When you are a business owner, my CRM is called 17 hats, and I laugh because we literally wear 17 hats because we have to do everything down to washing the toilet at the end of the day. This is part of being a business owner. You have to suck up those tasks. And I have these very long conversations with my teens that think they know everything. And I'm really excited for them to know everything so that I don't have to think anymore. But it's one of those things where even the grimiest of jobs you still have to do because it won't get done. It's
but there's a way
your
to do
ultimate.
Everything right too.
Yeah.
And there's a benefit. There's I mean, just when we see a clean room, like it's so fresh. It's so.
Isn't it honestly is one of like the most peaceful things to me when I am in a room of clutter and chaos. It gives me anxiety.
Yeah. And so when we go and do these rooms, when we put the stuff back in, we're not putting a lot of stuff. The kids don't need more stuff.
Right.
And then the things that they have or that they've selected to keep, those are the things that are meaningful. And it's really endearing because it could be, they might've lost a parent. They could, like you said, the kids sometimes move around, so these are things, and it could just be a drawing that they did in school or something that a teacher gave them. It's really incredible what's meaningful to the children.
Is there a story that really sticks with you? All of the makeovers, all of the rooms, all of the support that you've laid out. Is there one that is always sitting with you besides the airplane?
So at the very beginning down here, we did a room makeover for a little boy, and he was afraid to stay in his room by himself. So every night he would get up and he would sleep at the foot of his grandmother's bed. So again, we're assessing the situation. So I was like, all right, what if we gave you a bed that went to the floor, then no monsters could get under your bed? And that's when we started taking off the closet doors. We can take off your closet door. Now, when you wake up in the middle of the night, you can see what's in your closet. The other thing was we lit up the room in such a way that when he did wake up, it wasn't so bright, he couldn't fall back asleep. But the last thing that we gave him, and that's another thing, we give each of our kids something special or unique for them. We gave him walkie-talkies so he could talk to his grandmother. So, and that was a game changer. We found out shortly after we did that room makeover that he was sleeping in his room. I'm sure he loved sleeping in his grandmother's room, but he was sleeping in his room.
That's awesome.
So that was, yes. So, yeah.
That's confidence.
Yeah.
That's confidence, that's support, that's, feeling safe.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids don't feel safe. That is giving them a haven.
And most recently, so a couple other things, sometimes we have to keep the kids out of the house, especially during the summertime.
Mhm.
So so now if we can, we create experiences for the kids. So we were able to send the kids to the adventure park I
love it. Heritage Museum and Gardens. Yeah, fun.
Unbelievable. They had so much fun. So and somebody donated movie tickets because we needed to keep the kids out.
Yeah, right.
And so the kids went and they did that. And here's another, this is crazy. And again, somebody had donated sneakers and they were brand new. They were perfect for this kid. Well, it just that morning I gave him.
I don't know when those became popular, but they're popular now.
Right. So he's wearing the Crocs, right? But you can't wear that at the adventure park.
Mhm.
So I went and I bought him a pair of sneakers, but these other sneakers that somebody donated that were brand new, he opened the box and his face just lit up and they were his size. I was like,
so cool.
So just amazing. But they went to the adventure park.
Yeah.
Then somebody, Brooklyn Heights Eatery gave them lunch. So they didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
They could go and just relax as a family and just kick back, not worry about it, have lunch. And then the dad called. He's like, we had so much fun at the adventure park. Can we go back there? So, and that was fine. And they did, but what an experience, and when I was talking to the young boy later, he was like, oh, I was so scared at the beginning. But at the end of it, it was just, he was into it.
Yeah.
And that's a day that they'll always remember.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. Making those core memories for them. So important.
Yeah.
I love what you do. Caren Berry, Colorful Kids. Please support the organization. I better see you out at some point this weekend. We are chock full at lemonadio.com. If you're looking for events, we got them. Join our Facebook group, events on Cape Cod. We're over 11,000 and you can share your events as well. Totally free. It has nothing to do with where you are, what you've paid, how you're support. It's so difficult to get any advertising going sometimes or traction for events. So we've just created the space where everybody can share because there's plenty to do for everyone. We've got Tavala tonight. DJ Curtis is going to be over at Dino's. So if you're looking for a little after party and something fun to do to just dance and get the stress of your weekend away, we've got that available for you. Tomorrow, it is Disney karaoke at the Lanes. I'm going to be hosting it from 2 until 4.
That's going to be really fun.
I'm very excited.
I didn't know about that.
Because I have a Little Mermaid dress.
Oh.
It's like, I hope it arrives today. My friend is supposed to drop it off.
So what time is that?
2 to 4.
And who can go to that?
Anyone. The Lanes.
I'm going to come just to
Yes.
see what's going on. That
Come.
sounds like so much fun.
Come sing your favorite song and dress up as your favorite character. Just have a good time. It's 2 to 4. And Ashley has put this thing together. She's got like tattoos. We've got a face painter. We've got just stuff to do. And there's bowling and there's pizza. The Lanes is such a good time and they always do stuff for kids.
Yes. So I've gone and bowled there with my husband and it's been a lot of fun.
They're awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you want to escape the heat, because it's actually supposed to be hot. Get me out of the sun. I'm ready. I'm ready for the fall. Happy August 1st, everyone. Birthday Club will be picking a winner for Birthday Club. We love celebrating birthdays because it's a milestone. And sometimes we forget to celebrate those little moments. Happy birthday to our almost board member, Kevin Ewing. I know it's your birthday today and I know you're going to hate my guts, but happy birthday to you, sir. I know we'll miss you tonight because you'll be celebrating with your 2 fabulous girls who I saw run off screaming to the pool the other day and just made my heart happy because I miss those happy moments when you're a kid and nothing better than hitting that water and having a good time. So happy birthday to you. Join our birthday club there. And what else have we got this weekend? It is National Farmers Market Week. It starts on Sunday. So come on down and support our Farmers Market weekend.
Market has been incredible. incredible.
Bring your paints.
What an incredible event that you have there.
Anytime you want to connect on a Sunday, please bring your
We would
paints.
love to come here.
Nonprofits table for free. So if you've got a nonprofit or a glimmer of an idea, this is the space for you. Come check it out. We had somebody that was like, I can't afford popping up. And I said, you know what? No pressure. Come and see if you make any money. If you make any money, make a donation to the nonprofit. And we've had a lot of our entrepreneurs jump in. We've seen crafters, makers. We offer Southport. Your tokens are going to start to be good this Sunday. We've given them a token for $3 off, and that's to our 55 plus community. That sometimes when they get in their house and they don't talk to people anymore and they kind of just live their life quietly, and we want you to come out and be a part of this community. And there's a bus stop and it's free.
Yeah. There you go.
So that's
and the
it.
library's right there too. You can go get cool. And,
Exactly. There's so many things
That's a
there.
beautiful library too.
Live entertainment this week by Dickie Nolan. He'll be entertaining everybody. So get your feet in the grass, grab your entire family, and you don't have to spend a dime. Just come and be a part of the atmosphere. We see so many dogs, families. We've got Kelly doing chicken yoga.
Oh, no way. I have chickens. I've never heard of chicken yoga.
Hysterical. So she teaches the kids how to sit. She'll show them a few poses, how to handle her baby chicks. And so then they'll start posing with the chick. It's just,
now I have
it's,
to come meet the chicken lady.
yes, come and meet the chicken lady. She loves it. She's in Sandwich as well. So Kelly is a healer. She's got a nonprofit, and she works with a lot of PTSD and some of our returning soldiers. So she does Healing Through Wellness is the name of her organization, and chicken yoga is what we've got for you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, our wellness.
Have you done the goat yoga?
I've done the goat yoga. Tanya, I absolutely love you. She answered the call last year when we had 2 years ago when we had our first Christmas market and brought the goats, and we did the goat cracker. So we dressed all of her goats up in tutus and we recreated the nutcracker with goats.
So I was nursing at the time when I first came down
Yep.
there, and somebody had donated that the nurses could go to the goat yoga.
So awesome.
It was one of the most incredible de-stressing experiences.
Right?
It was just, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yep.
It was so like, I have to do that with a friend too. 'Cause
Yes.
It's just was so much fun.
It's the rescue goats. It takes the stress of the day away. And Tanya, we absolutely love what you're doing at Mindful Goat Yoga. It's pretty amazing. And they're all boys with girls' names, which I appreciate. And they're all golden girls. It's like, Ruth, I love you. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for supporting us here at 1180. Hank has got lunch break that's coming up. He's got blues. He's got jazz. We've got new programming. We've got new DJs this weekend. Tia Murphy joins us. RTB will be on with us starting next week, I believe. I hope. We'll get it together as he shifts the way he wants his show. If you've ever thought about doing radio, come connect with us. We'll put you on. We'll listen to you. What do you got to talk about? 1180.com is where you can find us. Download the app. Alexa, play 1180 radio, or you can find us on Roku TV and sit back and listen to us. Thank you so much for your support. Caren, thank you so much for coming
Stephanie,
today.
This is so much fun. Thank you so much.
Colorful Kids with a Z. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk soon. So good. I appreciate you coming on in. Thank you very much to Mashpee TV, by the way. Channel 1072 in HD. Call 1-800-COMCAST if you need a new box.